Well, hello, my dear friends. How are you today? So, I have measured out some resin, some epoxy resin, trying to turn the scale off. And I am doing it by weight, I'm still trying to experiment to weigh my stuff to see if I can get my containers to empty out at about the same time. And I'm not having like a ton of part B left or part A left. So that being said, I am using on this, I have a little bit left of the Bond Crafter regular epoxy. And so I've got about, I think, 5 ounces total, 2.5 of part A and 2.5 of part B. So I am going to go ahead and get that back there on my mixer, so while that is mixing, I can go ahead and prepare the mold. Oh, I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm doing all that oohing. It's just because my thing is trying to get the AI feature to kind of like go on, and my mixer is just spinning all over the place. So I don't know if that is going to work or not. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't turn over. I'll try to keep an eye on it. If you hear me screaming, you know I've gotten resin turned over. All right, so I will go ahead, and what I have to do today. Welcome to my channel. First and foremost, welcome to my channel. Okay, I need to slow my roll there. All right, so I have this little trinket box. And it goes like that. So it's a little bow trinket box. And so what I want to do is support this with epoxy resin. And I will be using the chrome powders. And I just got this in on one of my last hauls. It's the Let's Resin. It's the new chrome colors. So I want to actually mix the sky blue into the epoxy. And I want to paint the bow silver, because I think I want the box to be blue. We'll see. We shall see. Well, that's what I'm going with for right now. All right, so I am going to try to pluck it down a little bit so that a plume of dust doesn't go up everywhere. And I am just going to go ahead and use the brush that comes with the kit and try to get this bow painted without making such a huge cleanup mess. And fortunately well, no, it does have this little bit right here too, so let me be careful with that, not to get it everywhere. And let me make sure that I am staying in frame here. Sorry about that. Oh, that's much better. Just dip it in a pot and get some on it. And let's just get that all mixed up. And once I've gotten my resin mixed up, I will be putting it in the bubble remover. Just because since I have it, it's just as well to use it. And it's not like a super high viscosity resin. It's not super thick, so it should be fine in it. Just try to get that extra down in there. And I think that's, yeah, that would be part of the ribbon of the bow. And just as well to go ahead and go up that side right there. And get this all painted in here. Try to stay in the line here. And let's see here. There we go. Getting it all mixed up in there. Get it up the side, because I think this is kind of like a double bow or something like that. I'll see how this turns out, because if I really end up liking this mold, I'm a little skeptical of it. Oh, you know what? I should probably just get that part right. Yeah, that is part of the bow right there. Sometimes you really have to turn your molds around and just kind of like really look at them from different angles to see where everything's at. So I want to make sure that I get this bow fully covered in. So trying to look at it on the sides here because I don't want that blue showing through. Oh, this is a beautiful silver. All right, so my resin has mixed, and I will go ahead and get that stirred up and get that in the deep bubbler. Didn't want to waste too many minutes getting all of that done. Oh, I gotta get this section right here. Let me just get this. It's probably enough inside of that bow right there to get all of this, the loose powder. Yeah, it is. It's plenty down there. It looks like a mirror, doesn't it? Oh, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. Let me see if I can knock that down in there. Get the excess out because I don't want it to go all over the place where the blue is. But I definitely want to make sure that the bow is completely done. It'd be easier for me to clean up around the bow than to touch it up afterwards, I think. After I've done it. And so, like, I want to make sure it gets in that little groove right there. Can't tell if it's in there all the way. Should be. Yeah, I think I am missing some of that. All right, well, I am going to finish this up. Get my resin into the, look at that mirror finish. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, that is so pretty. I don't use chrome mica powders too often. I mean, I usually just mix my mica powders in my resin and, yeah, and then call it a day. All right. Let me, I hate wasting anything, so, like, I can really get the powder back in here. All right, I'm going to try to tuck that back in there. Wait a minute. Oh, guys. Look at that. Look. I did not see that. All right, well, I may have more cleanup than what I'm thinking. Let me go ahead and get this all done right here because I've got to get all of that done. And let me go ahead and get my resin in my debubbler machine, and I can be doing that while that can be, I can be doing this while that's doing its thing. Be back. All right, well, I figured I would come back before I have put it in the bubble maker, just because I want to go ahead and put the mica powder in it first, because by the time I put the mica powder in there, I'm just going to whip in more bubbles. All right, so that's my thought. So let's just go ahead and get some of this mixed up in here. Now, I set aside for the clear, I don't know, it's probably about an ounce of epoxy. So just of the clear, just so that I would have it for some extras. So I am going to just put a little bit in here. I have my paddle draining in the little turtle shell because I do need to make some more of those. How much do I need? Let's just put that. It's probably way too much, but let's just do that and see how this is going to turn out. Oh, get on your... All right, let's get that on there. Get the cap on. Looks like I've not learned my lesson about putting the caps on my back onto the bottles. All right, let's see how this is going to look with, I don't know. I think I've done this a long time ago where I put my chrome powder in it, but I did it with like this intense ruby red one. And it looks like this is going to be translucent. Do y'all think that that's correct? Yeah, it looks very translucent. So, do I want it to be translucent? I don't know. Let's make sure it's all off of this, my little scoop right there. I may need some more. Huh. What do y'all think? It looks pretty with it being that deep, but the walls are going to be pretty thin. So let's put a little tiny bit more in here. I'm going to use up a lot of this stuff because, you know, y'all know. Not cheap. Just, I don't know, put a little bit more in. It's not going to be too much. All right, let's just do it. If I'm doing it, let's just do it. And let's see how it turns out. That's all we can do. And we'll learn together. Many of you out there are probably like, yeah, we already know, but I don't. Or I will get the reminder, and I need to go ahead and get this mixed up in here so that I can go ahead and debubble it. All right. I don't know if that made much of a difference or not, but I'm not going to add any more into it. I'm going to leave it at that. And let me get this, go ahead and get this in there, in the machine, and finish coloring in my box here. Now let's get this wiped off here, and I will be back. All right, well, it is out of the debubbler. I let it go for about 6 minutes, and I did spritz it off with some alcohol just at the top. You can see where there's a few more in there, but hopefully it's not nearly as much as it was, or it would have been. So let's just see. I don't know, maybe I can let a little bit of alcohol go down in there. Just kind of like see if it'll run down to the bottom and get in those like corners right here. I just want to make sure that that's not a bow right there. It gives me feelings that that's a bow, but I'm hoping it's not. If it is, I can just color it in. So let's go ahead and get this poured in. It is starting to get a little warm, but let's see. I'm not stirring it up again. I don't know if I should. Oh, that's pretty. Can y'all see that? Just gonna kind of like let it rest right there for a bit. And let's try to like, oh, I can see that silver kind of like coming loose from the sides a little bit. You can see that in here. I don't necessarily want that to be so prominent, so let's see if I can mix that up a little bit in here. It's just loose silver mica powder. And I did tap it out a little bit, but not enough, clearly. And let's pour some more. Kind of pour it up high so it can maybe burst any remaining bubbles, but I don't see a lot of bubbles at all in it, so I'm hoping that will be the case when it cures. I'm hoping I have enough. Ooh, I may not have enough for the lid, but we shall see. Let's get this just domed, just so. I don't want to overfill it. Doesn't need to be super domed, I don't think. I'm just kind of like tapping it. Yeah, you can see where there's a few bubbles starting to come up like right there. I don't know if that's pulling up on the camera or not. They will pop, hopefully. But I figure if I kind of like pat it down some, that'll help encourage those bubbles to come out. Yeah, I still see quite a bit on top. Now this is what I'm really concerned about, is that bow, making sure that I get enough resin all up the sides and stuff. So let me just kind of like roll that a little bit in there, and hopefully it will coat all of it. enough. A little bit more in. Just doing it a little bit at a time. This little box takes quite a bit of resin here. Just kind of like roll it around. I don't want any bubbles in those like short corners or at the bow or anything like that. Let's just put a little bit more in. It's kind of like, I'm not scratching, oh well, I'm not scratching them out, but I'm trying not to touch, and I just did where I have the silver at. So, all right. Let's just get it top off. I forgot to put this on like one of my little boards so that I could move it around and get it off of the front so I could carry on with the next part of the project. But hopefully it'll be alright. And I'm just going to go around these edges again. Just to make sure. Hopefully there's no bubbles. I'll go around this side again. Whoops. I got a feeling that is a bow. That is part of the bow. That little part right here on the side, because I missed it. I missed that opportunity, so I'm going to have to use a chrome marker. I will have to be using a chrome marker to finish it off. I kept thinking, what is that area there? And yeah, it's part of the bow. Alright, it is what it is. Can't change it now. There's resin in it. So I would say this mold probably takes about 4 ounces. Because I would say a half an ounce in both of these. So yeah, I would say that if you get this mold, do about 4 ounces for it. Yeah, and hopefully that's good. And now, so I have some more of this chrome left over, and what I want to do is I have these little butterflies that I got, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do in these. A lot of times I'll just drop alcohol inks in it, but I don't want that to be the first thing I do on this mold, is to drop an alcohol ink in it. But I might just do that. Alright, let me grab some alcohol inks and see what I can do. Alright, I am just going to put one color in here, and I'm using the like a deeper yellow, and it's the resin dye, and odds are some of it will turn green, and that's fine, but I'm just going to put, oh, that one, I need to probably change the cap on this little one, because I cut it and it doesn't drip out properly. And so, whoops, get you out the way. And just kind of like scrape. Get you down in there. I don't think there's, did I get any down there? I don't think that I did. Let's just put enough in it so that it shows up. I would like to put red in it, but I know red's going to stain my mold, and I don't want to stain my mold right now. So let's just see how this is going to look with the yellow. I'm just going to kind of like squish this. Make sure it's down in all of these little grooves. Oh wow, that was a massive bubble right there. It was nowhere near filled up. Nowhere near. There's a big old bubble right there too. where the alcohol ink was. And I'm sure that's a bubble right there where that alcohol ink is. Well, the dye. Put that on there. Let's get a little bit more in here. And let's see. Ooh. I am going to try to go ahead and figure out what I need to add some more in here for sure, because it's not nearly enough in there. Let's just kind of like get that. Just trying to make sure that the resin gets into the wings there, because it is a double wing one. Set for a bit and then figure out what do I want to pour the other butterfly, or you can kind of like look on the side because it's a nice clear mold and I do see some bubbles right there. I'm just looking on the side. Oh, yep, there it goes. It popped out. Actually still right there. Yeah, there's some bubbles in there. Alright. Would you like to tap mine? I don't know. It's kind of like I'm just looking at this to make sure that I don't need to put more in it. Maybe just a hair bit more. Oops, I want to make sure I don't have yellow on there, which I did. Oh, yellow's gotten all in there. Get that off of that, because I don't want yellow in here. Just a little smidge more. Alright, that should be good. Alright, you know what? I am going to go ahead and pour one of these then. See, which one shall I pour? Which one? Which one? I'm excited about this. Ooh, it's my first time. Let's see here. Maybe do... Ooh, I want to do this big fat one right there. That one right there. All right, so this is going to be the back, and this is going to be the front. So, let's squirt it down with some alcohol right here. Get some alcohol in it. And let's just kind of like let this go in here. I may actually have enough for 2 of them. And let's just kind of like go around the edges here. I don't know if this needs to be domed. I know I don't want to go over the holes. Just put a little bit more in it. And let that settle. And now this, I can do any color I want. So, I might put a darker mica powder in that. Or do I want to do that? What do I want to do, guys? What should I do? Oh, I don't know. Choices. Well, you know what? I just might surprise y'all on that because I don't know what to do. And I don't want to just keep y'all like, what to do, because y'all can't tell me what color. All right, well, let me figure out what color I want to put in this, the remaining part of this clear, or what I should do with it. All right, be back. Oh, you know what I might do? Let's see here. I don't know. I thought I had an idea. Do I want white in it? Do I want to put some white in it? And just have the fronts of the bases blue? I don't know. Or should I just color these in with mica powder and then just fill it with the clear? It looks like there's fuzz on it. Alright, well, let me figure out what I'm going to do, get it done, and guess what? I'll be back for demold. Alright friends, I thought I would just bring you back with me again. I am going to put a little bit of the white pigment paste in it. At least I think I am. I think I am. Let's do it this way. Oh. Woo! Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, sometimes the thought process, the plan doesn't go through so well. Alright, I only need a little tiny bit of this. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Oh, plenty, plenty, plenty. At least I think it is. Oh yeah, I think that's plenty. That in there. Don't want to stick my hand with the dotting tool part. Oh yeah, that's plenty. I want to make sure that that's mixed up good. Let me get this wiped off. My paste will go. Of course, now it comes out when I don't need it to come out. Plenty of it comes out everywhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just oozing out now. Of course it will. Of course. Put that back on there good. Pigment paste just sticks to you because it has resin in it. Alright, I want to make sure I'm not getting fuzz all in everything. As you can see, I did fill that up with that. Now what I wanted to do with this, I'm just going to do some marbling in these. And let's see if I can get that done. I'll set you right there. And I think this is the navy. It may be too much of a dark blue. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to put a little bit of that one drop in there. Let's see if I can swirl this a little bit. Ooh, pretty. Let it go like that. Let it go like that. This can actually go in there. Now let's try to swirl it and see what we get. Yeah, it might be too blue for this. And I thought it would be, but you know, it'd be alright. And let's see, do I have enough for this one? I may not have enough for both of them. Let's see. See if I can get all of this in there. You know, when I start working with the extras, I start to make a huge mess with the extras. Let's see if I can scrape this off. Get it all out. Let's see if I can scooch you over a little bit so I can scrape out, oops, the rest of this. Just getting all of this out. I have a tiny bit left in the other pot. Just a tiny bit. I'm hoping it's going to be enough. We shall see. I have no idea how much each one of these holds. Maybe ½ ounce, maybe. Might take like a ½ ounce to make a full vase. Don't know. Alright, I think I have scraped everything that I can get out of that. I don't think there's anything left in there. Let's make sure that there's no bubbles in this one. I'm just kind of looking along the sides. Alright, I think that's good. I don't think I am going to dome that just because And this is just the rest of that blue right there. I think those are probably topped as much as I can. Just gonna put a little smidge more in there. Yeah, just a drop more. Maybe 2 drops more. All right, come on. There we go. Now, let's see here. Why is there a big old bubble? Oh, that's the fob. So I want to make sure that this is kind of like pat it. Make sure it's gotten down all on the sides, because my resin is getting a little bit on the thick side. But hopefully it should be all right. And let's just kind of like fill in the back of it. Oh, that's pretty against that. That is really pretty. Very pretty against it. And more than likely none of that will show up. But you can try to get it down on the sides of it. It might show up. Take a little bit of this out of here and put in here, so that I can put some of this in here and make them even. Let's see if I can get some of that down in here. Get that. I'm just trying to see if that would go down on the sides, and then at least the 2 molds will be tied together. The top and the bottom will have something to link it together, but we shall see. Let's get the last few drips of this out. It's barely any left in here. I think that's all she wrote. And I gotta clean my containers out. I am just going to kind of like take my tool and go down the sides a little bit, so maybe some of that blue, that pretty chrome blue, can get down in there. Because that will be the part that gets seen, the back of this. Sorry. All right, now I've officially made a mess. It's not a resin project until I've done that. Alrighty, well, let me get everything all cleaned up, wipe my molds off around it, go through and squirt any more bubbles that might be, just give everything a squirt all the way over. And I will be back for demold. All right, it's time to demold. Yep, everything's cured. I actually tried to demold these much earlier, and they were still soft. So let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Oh, I peeked. All right, let's see here. Ooh. All right, the mold came clean, which is good. It means there was no air bubbles. All right, let's wait. Let's wait until I get this one demolded. Now, I have to remember I have to go around that with silver, because that was part of the ribbon and I just missed it. But that's okay. Hopefully. The only thing is the silver there won't have that shimmer in it. So let's kind of do a little twist to get it out. Get my mold back in. Ooh, try not to scratch it as I do that. All right. Oh my gosh. And it was poured great because there's not like a lot of sharp edges. You know, there it's a sharp edge. Okay. So, but overall it was poured good. It's just a little trimming that will need to be done. And let's see here. Oh, it goes this way. And we'll go. Oh, and it just sets in there. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Yeah, just bummed that I missed that, but I'll have to do my best on that. But look at that. And it fits perfectly. It just kind of like sets. Oh, that's adorable. That would be wonderful to just, if you're giving someone a little gift or something like that. I wonder if my, hold on, I think, I thought I had some of my little, let's see here. That one's too big. Yeah, that one's too big. But it shows that it will hold one. I don't know. Let's see if I can find a smaller one. Hold on, don't give up on me. Oh, let's see here. Y'all know I was rearranging things again. Aha. I thought I left one or two of them close by, but let's see. Ooh. There we go. Look at, will the lid fit on it? Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. All right, so I just have to get the chrome marker and color that in. And again, also the chrome marker is not going to be like that transparent. Next time I'll have to remember, so y'all don't forget. If you have this one, that's part of the ribbon too. Y'all probably wouldn't have. Y'all would have caught that. All right, so that's adorable. That is so cute, 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 cute. All right, let's see. Let's demold this butterfly. I usually do all the extras first, don't I? Oh, this is pretty. Now, what did I put in here? I think I just, yeah, dropped some alcohol inks in it, or dyes in it. That is pretty. Oh, this is a cute little mold. Looks like there was a little air bubble right there, but that's so cute. This is like, I don't know how they make this mold. Even the big one, you get that same pretty effect like that. I don't know, but you know, it'd be cute. Oh, look at that. If you wanted to, you could glue that in there. Oh, that would be cute too. Oh, that's cute, 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 cute. All right, my mold's all cleaned up. And let's get these demolded. And now I'm trying to trim. Oh, these are pretty. I like putting the powder in the resin. That is really pretty. So this is putting the chrome powder in the resin. Look at that. That's beautiful. I like that effect. All right, let's get this. All right. Look, oh, that turned out really good. Look at the marbling on that. Oh my gosh. You still get the shimmer from the chrome powder. Look at that. I think it turned out really pretty. All right, let's see. This one would go on this one. So I guess just do it like that. Let me see how these lights fit in here. And either way, you have to glue it. It doesn't have any little like pegs or anything. Oh, you know what? That's a bummer. Because I would have to untangle all of that. Let's just, oh well. That's a bummer. I wish they had made the opening a little bit bigger, actually. Let's just see what it would look like with the lights on. All right, now shield your eyes there. Try to do this over here. Oh, that would be pretty with the lights on it. I think it would be prettier if it was, the whole thing was that color, but let's see, let's see. Let's see if I can get this turned off now. There we go. All right, let's see what this one looks like. This had teeny tiny air bubble right there, but it's okay. And you just have to glue this down. That's cute. I have to remember how I did that marbling, because that turned out really pretty. I like that effect right there. Very pretty. All right, well, let me see if I can get some finishing touches on this. I'll get my chrome marker, and let me go ahead and get that now while I am still rolling the camera. Let's see, where are my chrome markers? Right here. It's the next day, so my dad poured these. So, and I have not had my coffee. So, yeah, feeling a little lackluster. Yeah, that's definitely, you can tell that's, yeah, very different. But it'll be all right. Next time I'll have to remember. My dear friends, I have just used some of the B7000 on it and just glued these on. They're still wet. They haven't fully dried yet, but yeah, I think it's cute. I'm glad I was able to drip some more of that on it because that ties it in a little bit better with it. And oops, there's glue in my hand. So, and I don't think there's a thing else that I'm going to do with this box right here. I think it's super pretty. Doesn't need anything else. And I just kind of like went over this with the bronze. I think it's just called bronze, or it's rose gold marker. And I might put like a little magnet on it, or a little like tie tack thing on it. That's what I might put on it. I just have to get one of those out and put that on it. So that will be it for this video. I am glad that you were able to join me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and most importantly, my dear friends, don't forget JLU. Bye.